Hello friends, today we will discuss about how to merge two different arrays which are sorted and merge it into the single array. So this is C++ language and the video about how to merge the arrays. Let's start. So first, before coding, I'll tell you which logic I'm using. I go with the new logic, which is there are two indices I and j. I assign to the first and second array respectively, and comparing first element of first array to the second element of first array, which is less than or greater than, by using these two conditions, because array are already sorted. So I'll to just consider less than or greater than conditions and check if less is okay, then we have to set it into the third array. Likewise, we go through the iteratively to all the arrays in once by using conditions or loops. So first, and we gonna do this by using structure, not by using class. So let's code this stuff. So struct array, and there are three parameters. First, array let's size of 20, because I know already the two arrays which I'm gonna use is length of 5 and 5 and size of 10 and 10. So let's assign the array size beforehand. So then length, that is length of the array. Here length indicates the number of elements include that particular array. And then size. Size indicates how much maximum elements one array can withhold. So that's it. So this is syntax of array. So struct array, then curly brackets, then there are three parameters: int array, int length, int size. Then we have to write the first, we have to define the two arrays because we have to merge them. So I'll do by using struct array1, or I directly assign those elements to the array1, which is 1 2 3 4 5, and then size is 5, and sorry, length is 5 and size is 10. And after that, struct array2, remaining elements 6 7 8 9 10, length is 5, size is 10, all is fixed. So we have to create another third array because we have to merge this two array into the single array. So for that, the third array is also of the type struct, because we require the length and size parameters. That's why I'm using struct. Otherwise I could have been done using the normal arrays also. But if we use a structure and classes like oops conditions, then it is very handy to do the coding, because all the length, size, all the parameters are very handy to use in the code. That's why it is very feasibly, use the code or read the code. The person who is reading the code is very easy for that person. So I always try to write the code by using struct and classes. Okay, so let's go into the function. So in function, what happens, we actually merge the elements. We first compare the elements, merge the element, and return the array. So if we want to return the array, the return type of that particular merge function is also struct, because we are defining in the main function, that is struct array pointer array3. So for that, we have to use return type also as a pointer struct, and first array, sorry, we are get by using by reference, not by using pass by value. So here we use struct array pointer array1, struct array pointer array2. That's it. So function is declared, we have to define it. So let's discuss some logic. So first step is we have to assign int I, j, k, which are our indices, which iteratively pass through the arrays and compare the arrays, and after all they merge into the third array. So for that, I equal to j equal to k equal to 0, and then for comparing or iteratively pass through those elements, we have to use while loop or a for loop. Here I'm not using for loop because I don't know the length of the array 3, because it is after all we have to merge them, and after we get the length of that particular length of the array 3. So for comparing, I'm using here while loop, which is handy in this case. So array 1 of length and j is less than array 2 of length. If this condition is true, that means I is less than array 1 of length and j is less than array 2 of length. We have to compare the elements. So to compare the elements, if array 1 of a of I is less than array 2 of a of j, then we have to store that lesser element into the array 3. So but before assigning to that, we have to first create that array. Without creating, how we will assign that array? So struct array 3 pointer, and then that array 3 is equal to size. We have to declare the size. So to declare, we have to typecast into the struct array. By using malloc function, we have to assign the size of that particular struct or array to that particular array 3. So size of struct array. So that's it. So what this line is actually do is it store the three parameter, that is array a of 20, length and size. For example, if we consider int text 4 bytes, then 4 bytes for 20 elements require 80 bytes, and for length it takes 4 bytes, for size it takes 4 bytes. So overall 88 bytes are stored for the array 3, and that will be stored in the heap because it is dynamic storing, because we are using here heap because we are not in the main memory, so that we can store into the stack. We are dynamically allocate this memory to the array 3. So let's store this into the array 3 of k, and after that we have to fast forward to the next element, because we cannot only stuck to the first element. We have to likewise we have to compare each and every element. So that's why I use here plus plus, and that is array 1 of a of I plus plus. So what this line actually do is, if for example I is 0, then if that element is less than the second element, first element of the array 2, then it is assigned to the third array, and this third array pointer will go to the first index, go to the first next element. So likewise, if this condition not fulfilled, then array 3 a of k plus plus is equal to array 2 of j plus plus. That's it. And by comparing all the elements, there is a chance that last element get uncompared. So we have to care for that. So we have to first use for loop to assign for that last element. So that's why I'm using here for loop, which is array 1 of length less than array 1 of length and I plus plus. So again array 3 assigned to the same element and array 1 of I. and we have to do the same for the second element also, that is our second array. So array 2 of length less than array 2 of length j plus plus, then array 3 of a of k plus plus is equal to array 2 of a of j. That's it. So all the remaining elements have been stored easily by using these two for loops. First we use while loop, and then we compare the elements. After comparing elements, the remaining elements which are not compared, those elements are taken care by the for loops. And after this, whatever remaining is, we have to assign the length, because we have to further visualize it into the main function. We have to print those things. So array 1 of a of array 1 of length plus array 2 of length, then array 3 of size is equal to 10, because there are two elements. That's it. So length is assigned, size is assigned, all the things are assigned. Okay, so here we have to assign that array 3 is equal to merge, and here we pass those two structure arrays by using reference. So AR1 we have to use ampersand and ampersand AR2, because these are in the defining we are passed by the reference. So that's it. Or to print it, we have to use for loop I less than AR3 of length I plus plus C out AR3 So here is the code. I just go through the code, dry run the code. First I define structure. I use three parameters: array, length, size. Then I use the return type struct array merge, which return. Okay, sorry, I here forgot to return the array 3. So that's it. Array 3 is written. So step by step I'll tell you. First I declare the ijk, then ijk is 0, then I'll dynamically I store the array 3 to the heap by using malloc function. Then I compare the ij with the array of length and array 2 of length. Then if first element is less than second element, first store the first element in the third array, and if after this while loop, whatever the remaining elements are in the first and second array, we have to capture those elements by using for loop. So I use here for loop for that, and then array 3 of length is equal to array 1 of length plus array 2 of length. That is, we have to add the length of the two arrays into the array 3 of length, and size is equal to 10. So the code is ready. Just run the code and let's see what we will get, or otherwise we have to debug the code. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's in your screen. We can see that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So all the elements are successfully merged into the third array. So our code is successful by using the I and j indices. So that's it for now. Thank you. Stay blessed.